and go to the Artist Spotlight of the Week tab or page, and you can read all about Skylar. I'm telling you, and I was just telling Skylar off air that I think she is a phenomenon, and I really believe that with all my heart. Let me just start off by saying this, and I'm going to read this straight from her bio, and then I'm going to introduce you to this, what I call a phenomenon. And I'm reading from her bio. Over the last few years, Skylar Stecker's soulful voice and bright, beat-driven brand of pop has earned her a legion of devoted fans who have flocked to her social media pages. Now, let me express this. Let me just emphasize this. 29 million views and 300,000 subscribers on YouTube alone. And ladies and gentlemen, she's all of 13 years old, and she's joining me live right now. Skylar Stecker, welcome to American Veterans Radio.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
I think you're blowing us up, to be honest with you. We're having a little technical issues, but it's all good because it's all about you. And you know what? And I really do believe that. I mean, I believe you have something. You have a gift, young lady. And
thank you so much.
And it's beyond your years. So anyway, congratulations on, by the way, you recently signed with Cherry Tree Records.
Yes.
And that's tell us why that is significant.
I just felt like, when we, were like, okay, now we're going to start doing originals and convert from YouTube and covers and stuff, that when I met with Martin, who is the president and head of Cherry Tree, I was just like, this is the right fit. I have a gut feeling, and I just know that, this is going to be like for the best for my career. And, it's just great because now, we've been signed for a little bit, and I just feel like already like at home, and like we're all like a big family, and he gets me, and he gets like, where I want to go in my career and like the music and everything. And it's just great to have that connection with someone, when they like literally finish your musical sentences because they know exactly what you're trying to convey.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you, you just hit on something. You said something, and I don't mean this condescending by any means, but you're 13 years old, and you said your career.
Yes.
I'll just put it in perspective. I'm 53, okay? So how do you know at 13, how do you grasp that this is what you want to do for the rest of your life?
Well, I started singing 4 years ago, so not that long. And it was one of those things, there's a long story, and I think it's actually in my bio, but I signed myself up for a school talent show to play the piano because I've been playing piano for a really, really long time. And this is back in Wisconsin. And when I went to go audition, they're like, no, we don't want you to play piano. We want you to sing. And at the time, I didn't think I could sing. So I was like, oh, my goodness, I do not think I can sing. This is crazy. And I sang for them, and then found out a week later that that's what they wanted me to do in the talent show was sing. And I told my family, and no one in my family sings, so they were all like, what? It's like, this is crazy. And, I sang a week later in the talent show, and I was just like, and that feeling and the adrenaline that I got of just doing it was like one of those things where I was just like, this is what I want to do. Like, it's crazy that I know this so young, but I just know in my heart, like, this is what I want to do forever. And it was the best decision. I always say, like, the music teacher, I'm like, thank God the music teacher told me not to play the piano in the talent show and sing instead.
Well, I've always, and actually, I play a little piano, and my kids, I always encourage piano because I believe, kind of the root of music to me has always been, if you can play a piano, it just kind of opens up the world to you, in my opinion. But
yeah, it definitely helps, with my music because I'm definitely more like in the studio, like actually that's where I am right now. But, when I'm in the studio, like I definitely know like more terms and stuff on how to convey like what I'm feeling for the song to have. And I feel like I definitely have like more musical intel because I have the technique of being on the piano and I'm playing with all the melody and the chords and stuff like that. So I definitely think that helped. And it's funny because like when I have periods of time where I'm not constantly practicing my piano and like I like go like a couple of weeks without doing it because I'm so busy, like I totally notice like in my music and stuff, like it's not as like on point. So then it's funny because I'm like, this just shows like how much like the piano has like influenced my music.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, to me, it's, and you know what, to this day, I still love to hear a piano and some music in the songs. But
yeah.
But let me get back to real quick. Let me just ask this, because I don't know this, and maybe the world doesn't. Do you still go to public school?
No, I'm homeschooled now. But when
Okay.
I first moved out to California from Wisconsin, I did go to public school. But yeah, I got really busy, so.
Well, and by the way, just if you didn't know this, I homeschooled my children too. So just to give that.
Really?
Yes, I really did.
That's awesome.
But okay, but the point I was going to go to: what are your friends? What are your peers? Do they think you're just still one of them, or do they think you're moving away from them? How does that really, especially at your age, that's really important?
Yeah, it's definitely important, for me to keep my friends and stuff like that, and I definitely do. I mean, I swear I'm the only 13-year-old out there with no phone. I still don't have a phone. So I use my mom to do all my social media and everything like that.
Well, you tell mom and dad good. I think that's a smart thing, to be honest with you, but go ahead.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with them. I actually agree because I feel like, I'm not like on my phone. Like I see a lot of like family members and stuff like that of mine that are like my age, and they're like all on their phones. And then I'm like, I don't have one, so I can't do that. So then I'm like sitting there like watching it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like I can't believe like that's like how like people nowadays are like so like into the phone. And I actually think it has made me the person that I am today, like by not having one, because I'm not like obsessed with all like the social media and stuff like that. I'm more like living life and like experiencing things. So yeah, that has been awesome. And with the whole situation with like peers and stuff, I definitely don't feel like I'm moving away from them either, because
Good.
I've always been more of like a career driven, like this is like my passion, like I'm going to focus on this, and then fun and stuff comes later. But I definitely make time for it. I mean, I see them whenever I'm like not in LA and I go like to the mall or something, I'll always invite my friends, so they'll come over and we'll do stuff together. So
yeah, well,
yeah.
Never leave that lose that Midwestern hospitality, if you will. Because like I said, I'm in Indiana and I grew up in Missouri, so so I'm a Midwestern. But I'm going to get back to what you were saying. All right, so you don't have, quote unquote, and it seems like everybody in the world has their own smartphone, but you don't have one. But you have 29 million views on your YouTube and over 300,000 subscribers. So apparently you're still using social media, but you're using the YouTube part of it, right?
Yeah, YouTube. I mean, when I started YouTube, my mom would take out her iPhone camera and like just record me and doing stuff on the piano. And then when stuff got more elaborate, we would hire professional videographers and make it more like a video, like a music video. And then now that I've signed to Cherry Tree, then everything changes, because now I'm with the label. So things change with the music videos, and it's so great to like be able to experience that now at such a young age. It's like crazy. So yeah.
Well, you know what? By the way, you mentioned Cherry Tree Records. You are the youngest artist to sign with them.
Yeah.
Think about that. You have Sting on there, right? And you've got you. Wow. Yeah. Now, Sting singing to me is pretty significant. I'm just telling you, for my age group. And then I've got you. And that has got to be. You've got to be on some kind of natural high. This has got to be overwhelming to you. Is it overwhelming to you?
Yeah. It's not overwhelming. It's more like, this is crazy. Like, this is like this is such a great opportunity, and like I'm so grateful, because I am so young to like be having all these things, at 13. So it's not like an overwhelming feeling. It's more like, I can't believe this is like happening feeling. And like I said earlier, Martin and everyone at Cherry Tree, I just feel like so connected to all of them, and I just feel like it's like a perfect fit.
Okay, now I'm going to blow everybody else away with this. Not only are you this talented voice and this polished performer, in my opinion, if I'm just listening to you, I would have had no clue you were 13 years old. But you're out there acting. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so when I started singing, when we first came out to Los Angeles, I was like, well, we're here, and I'm doing my singing stuff, and let me try acting. All my friends and stuff here, they do acting, so my mom signed me up for just like classes on the weekends and stuff like that, and it was just like a fun thing until like I started to take it more seriously, and then I was like, I actually really enjoy this. Like, this could be something else that I could do on the side of singing, and it's still in the entertainment industry, and I can meet people and do other things, so, and explore, and so, it was really fun to do that, and then I was, recently on, Austin and Ally, which is a Disney show, and, I was a guest star for 2 of those episodes, and that was, like, my first real show I was on, but I was also on Super Fun Night, which was, it lasted for 2 seasons. It was with Rebel Wilson. It was her TV show she had on ABC. And, that was my first acting role was in that, and it was like 30 seconds on TV. And I was like, it was a singing role. So I just was singing, and then it was like a flashback moment for her. So I was like the mean girl in the talent show who was like better than she was. So it was kind of funny. And I was like, this is totally the opposite of me. I'm not mean. But then Austin and Ally was fun because even though my character on Austin and Ally, which is funny, she was scared of VMs, which I'm not scared of VMs, but she was very much like me in a way. Like, she didn't really think she could sing. She just kind of did it like a little bit, and then like she explored it more, and then she had more confidence, and then she like realized she loved it. And, so it was kind of Ridley, which was the character's name, kind of like, connected to me a little bit. So I thought it was a really fun opportunity to be able to do that.
So you've got the music, you've got school, you're acting, and then just this past September the 25th, you released your first debut full-length album entitled "This Is Me."
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a couple questions there. Let me first of all, let me ask you so everybody can hear. How did you come up with the title "This Is Me"?
Well, since it was my first album, I really wanted people, no matter if they've heard my music before, if they haven't, no matter what age, just to know, like, when they're listening to it, like, that a lot of people think, too, because I am so young, that, oh, she doesn't really know what she wants yet, oh, she's just doing this for fun, and she's not really taking it seriously, and I feel like that's not the case at all, and this is my life, this is what I wanted to do. My parents, we were in Wisconsin, and I literally had to convince my parents to come out and move here to California because I was that passionate about singing and being in the entertainment industry and just wanted it so badly. And, and I feel like I wanted people to know, like, this is me. This is the music that I enjoy and like to sing. This is, my topics that I've experienced and wanted to write about, and, this is me. So I definitely thought it was, like, a really, like, upfront, like, cool, like, topic, and it just says it all, like, right there. So, yeah.
Well, I got to share this with you. The people who know me, and my producer who's out of New York, by the way, and she's over here chatting with me, I go by JJ. I'm just Jim. And I you know what? I've lived my whole life that way. And I could give you all kinds of, credentials. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm just a good old boy who grew up in Missouri, in the hills of Missouri, and never forgot the roots where I come from. And I'm telling you, homeschooling my own kids, by the way, my youngest, Stephen, went to 2 tours in Iraq, decorated war veteran. I think he did pretty good for himself. So just say it,
that's awesome.
So, all right, now let's get back real quick. You got a lot of stuff coming up. For instance, tell me a little bit about the color run you got going on. I love this. I love this event.
Yeah, the color run is going to be so much fun. I'm so excited for that. It's coming up soon. So it's a run. It's like a 5K run, I think, or you can also walk. But there's like different stations and stuff. So like when you're running, there's like different checkpoints, and like every checkpoint is like a different color. So like when you go through that checkpoint, like they spray that color on you. So you end up like leaving the color run looking like a walking rainbow because you have all these colors all over you. So I've always like heard about it and wanted to do it, and then they asked me to perform, which is at the end. So when everyone's done doing the run, they all gather around like this huge stage area, and then every year they have a performer, and so this year I'm their performer, and I've always wanted to try the run and do that, so it was really cool when they asked me to perform, because I was like, yay, now I get to be splashed in color, and I get to do what I love, which is sing and perform.
Oh, that's great. Well, yeah, I'm reading here where it says 300 events in over 50 countries, and just last year alone. So that is cool. You also got 3 shows coming up with your rap pop duo, Kaylin and Miles. Tell us about that.
Yes. Yeah, so Kaylin and Miles, one's a singer and the other guy is a rapper. And they're so talented. And it was such a pleasure to work with them on the track. And I remember we had the track and we had that space where they ended up singing and rapping on, and it was blank. And they were like, we just need something. They're like, what about Kaylin and Miles? They're super legit and they're super talented. And so we contacted them and they're like, yeah, we'd love to be on the track. So they came in one night and then they recorded it and we heard it and it was just immediately we're like, oh my God. And they wrote their part that they did by themselves. So it was perfect and I loved it. And they're just so talented and great guys and so down to earth, and I'm so excited to be performing with them. They have great venues and they have a great live show. I went to go see them once and it was awesome. So I'm super excited to be able to join them on their whole tour that they're doing right now. So it'll be a lot of fun.
You know what? I cannot wish you more success. I'm telling you, I know you're going to go places. Yeah, I can just hear it in your voice. You got the passion. You've got it. You can hear it in your voice. You've got it.
Thank you.
But I want you to real quickly. I don't know. Life is life, and life gives you curveballs and all those kind of things. But if someone to say, and this is one I'm throwing this out there, and I just want you to think about it. If someone said, "Okay, you can't sing tomorrow," what would you do?
I don't know, because singing is my life and that's everything. Musical is my everything, and I'd be sort of saving if that had to be taken away. But I don't think that would happen. But
no, and I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just always saying, what would you do if someone said you can't sing tomorrow? And that's where I'm going. I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm really not. Believe me, I'm not.
No, you're good. I don't know. It's just hard because I don't have a plan B. This is what I want to do forever. But
I get it. I do.
I'd still do something musically. So I write too. So probably I'd do something with writing for other artists and stuff like that.
There you go.
Yeah, but no, I don't. But I want to do singing.
Like I said, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I just just want to see. I just threw that out there. I just see.
No, that's a good question. Yeah.
Because, life is what it is. And, sometimes we don't always get what we want, but you know what? We get older and we end up with the best thing we ever had. It's just one of those things. Yeah. That's just just a little age of me throwing out there. That's all. But, you know what? Skylar Stecker, guys, our Artist Spotlight of the Week. How can people go out and buy your music? How can they help you?
You can go on on iTunes and you can grab my album there, and you can just search my name, Skylar Stecker, or the album name, which is This Is Me, or you can go to my website, which is www.skylarstar.com, and then all my social media links and everything are on there with all the information. So or you can go to my YouTube.
And I'm telling you what, by the way, I did see, and I'm glad you brought that up. I saw the song getting ready to play. And I'm not going to tell everybody yet, and I already told you what it was going to be. You performed this on a school bus.
Yes.
Where did you do? Where did you do that? I watched the video and I thought it was pretty cool. So where did you do that? Thank you. Where did you? I thought that logistically that was really cool.
Thank you. That was in LA, and we did that in this weird totally hole in the wall. It was it looks like a big giant area that was confined a square, but it was a huge space of land, and there was graffiti all over the walls. And then they had a school bus, the video people there, and when I got there, I thought we're just gonna do the scenes to the school and ride the bus and stuff like that. And then when I got there, they're oh, we want you to hop on top of the bus and dance on the bus. And I was in 5-inch heels, and I'm what? This is crazy. I'm gonna die today. So it was I did not die, but it was definitely scary. And I'm not really scared of heights either, so I was this is really high.
Did you actually do that in one day? The whole video in one day? Or?
Yeah, we did the video in one day. We've been doing that for I never had a 2-day. Well, actually, yeah, I've had 1 2-day shoot, but it was because it was 2 totally different things. But mainly it's a 1-day shoot. And since now I'm signed to a label, now we have like labor laws and stuff like that. So I don't get to like work as long, so we have to like really time it out, like how long, the video is going to take us. So, but it's so much fun. It's so cool.
I could tell it was. I could see. And ladies and gentlemen, please, once again, go out, support Skylar Stecker, our artist spotlight of the week. She is, as you can hear, she is a very true, grounded, determined, and excuse my language, young lady that is only got the future ahead of her. What a talent. And by the way, I'm getting ready to play this crazy, beautiful video song. You're going to hear the song. You can check out the video on YouTube. But I'm going to say, Skylar, anything you do from here on out, if you want us to promote it, we would love to do that. I think you are a phenomenon. I really, really do. I really do. I mean that.
Thank you so much.
I think you got you just got a future about you, and you've got the talent, and you've got the groundness, and I only wish you the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. This is awesome.